So now guys, after we have discussed our overview of what you call your diabetes, now let's move on towards the discussion of the clinical manifestations of our DM. Hindi pwedeng hindi tayo mag-discuss ng clinical manifestations kung hindi natin mami-mention yung tinatawag nating pathognomonic signs ng ating diabetes mellitus. Ito po yung 3 P's na sinasabi natin. Yung 3 P's po natin are considered as the hallmark sign of DM. Kapag sinasabi po nating hallmark sign, ito po yung na-assess natin sa patient. Pero kapag sinasabi po nating hallmark sign, this is not the diagnostic criteria ha. Kapag sinasabi nating hallmark sign, hindi po yan diagnostic criteria. Kapag sinasabi lang po nating hallmark sign, ito po yung nakikita natin sa patient, na o-observe natin without any type of measuring devices or assessments that require further measurement. Okay? So now, first, the 3 P's natin is what you call your polyuria. Kapag sinasabi po nating polyuria, ano pong ibig sabihin ng ating polyuria, guys? Ano pong ibig sabihin ng polyuria? Ang polyuria po is described as excessive urination. Again, excessive urination. Now, it's easy to discuss the medical term and what they mean, but in this discussion, I want you to understand why all of these classical symptoms happen. Okay? Bakit po nangyayari ang polyuria in the first place? Okay, now, kapag meron ka pong diabetes, you have hyperglycemia. Hindi po ba? Yes or no? You have hyperglycemia. So this is what you call your blood vessels. Hindi po ba? Yes or no? Yes, guys. This is what you call your blood vessels, and ito po yung mga dots na to should be or represents our glucose. Okay? Now, can you still remember sa mga listeners natin ngayon, can you still remember a time when uminom kayo ng soft drinks like Coke, Sprite, o hindi ba kaya any type of soft drinks, and then kahit hindi kayo umiinom ng water or tubig, panay yung ihi natin. Why is that? Well, because kapag umiinom po tayo ng soft drinks, tumataas po yung sugar levels natin sa katawan. Now, saan po galing yung ihi natin? Saan galing yung iniihi natin na tubig? Okay? So, our sugar or glucose or the glucose in our body is what you call an osmolyte. Ano pong ibig sabihin ng osmolyte? Okay? These are substances na merong abilidad to pull or humila ng tubig. Okay? Again, kapag sinasabi nating osmolyte, these are substances that has the ability to pull water or humila ng tubig kung sa Tagalog pa. Okay? So, saan galing yung tubig na hinihila nila? Okay? So, again, this is our sugar. Yung glucose natin, hindi po ba? Yes or no? Again, yung mga dots na to are our sugar or our glucose. So, bago ka palang uminom ng Coke, okay? So, there is an increase in sugar or glucose in your body. Now, since your glucose is an osmolyte, the increase in its amount will actually pull water from where? From your cells. So, ito pong mga square na to, these are your cells. So, the fluid that is from your cells or from your tissues are pulled towards the intravascular, towards sa mga ugat ninyo. Okay. So, ano po yung purpose ng pagbigay ng mga cells ng fluid towards sa mga ugat? In order for the sugar to be diluted. Again, anong purpose? Anong purpose niyan? It is in order for the sugar to be diluted. So, again, anong purpose ng pag-pull ng water? In order to dilute the sugar. Now, since nasa ugat mo na yan, yung tubig na galing sa mga cells mo, okay, dadaan na yan sa kidneys. And when umabot yan sa kidneys, malaki yung chances na iihi natin yan. So that is why, kapag uminom ka ng Coke, kahit hindi ka umiinom ng tubig, panay pa rin yung ihi natin. Di po ba? Yes or no? Yes, guys. So this is what you call, okay, this is described in our books as what you call osmotic diuresis. Okay? Diuresis. Again, this is what you call osmotic diuresis. And it has a relationship on the next sign na meron tayo, which is your polydipsia. Since now, dehydrated na yung cells natin because of course, nag-give sila ng tubig in order to dilute your sugar levels in the body, anong mangyayari sa'yo? Makaka-feel ka ng excessive what? Uhaw. Yan yung tinatawag nating polydipsia or tinatawag nating excessive thirst. Okay? Excessive thirst. Again, that is what you call your polydipsia. Now, remember, in our discussion back in the overview of diabetes mellitus, we discussed na hindi na maka-utilize ng maayos, okay? Okay? The cells has a hard time, or in the case of DM1, will not be able to utilize, will not be able to use what you call your glucose. And we all know that the glucose in our body, in a normal person's body, is used as a form of energy. The body will now try to acquire that glucose or that energy. How? By triggering hunger. Okay? So this is why meron tayong polyphagia. Okay? Again, polyphagia is described as an increased hunger, guys. Okay? Polyphagia is described as an increase in hunger. So in different complications of diabetes, in DM1 or DM2, this sign will actually trigger if hindi naagapan ng pasyente ng mga common complications. This will trigger the common complications of your diabetes. Either the patient will undergo your diabetic ketoacidosis or HNS. But that will be discussed in the later videos today. Okay? Now, next. Apart from the classical symptoms that we commonly experience, meron din tayong tinatawag na general symptoms. Okay, guys? Ito yung kadalasan present sa mga lahat sa mga pasyente na meron tayo, na merong DM. Okay? So either DM1 or DM2. Okay? Number 1 dyan is yung tinatawag nating fatigue. Okay? Fatigue. Bakit po merong fatigue? Now, can you guess why there is fatigue in our patients who have DM? Well, because they cannot use energy. Hindi po bias or no? And therefore, kapag hindi nasuplayan ang body ng enough energy, makaka-experience tayo ng fatigue. And this fatigue will actually manifest as weakness. Okay? Weakness. Okay? So next is a more common but sinister complication. Now remember guys, na since meron mataas na sugar levels sa ating katawan, okay? Mataas na sugar levels sa ating katawan, anong ginagawa niyan sa flow ng blood natin? Okay? Does it increase the flow or decrease the flow of blood? Okay? Does it increase the flow or decrease the flow of blood? Kapag meron tayong mataas na glucose level sa ating blood vessels, does that increase the flow or decrease the flow of blood? What is your answer? The correct answer is it decreases the flow of blood. Hindi po bias or no? And more so, bakit po, what is the reason kung bakit nagdi-decrease yung flow ng blood natin? Okay? So, kapag, again, this is, I will reframe the question. Okay, I will reframe the question, guys. Now, since you have an increased blood glucose levels, okay, what does that do to what you call your viscosity of the blood? What does that do to what you call the viscosity? Ano ba yung viscosity? Yung viscosity is yung pagkalapot ng ating dugo. Hindi po bias or no? So, kapag mataas yung sugar levels mo, what does that do to the viscosity of blood? Does it increase or decrease the viscosity? The correct answer is it increases the viscosity of your blood. Again, it increases the viscosity of your blood. Now, kapag increased yung viscosity ng blood natin, anong ginagawa niyan sa O2 and nutrient delivery sa ating mga tissues? Would that increase or decrease the O2 or nutrient delivery sa mga tissues? Yes, very good. The correct answer is decrease the nutrient or O2 delivery sa ating mga tissues. Now guys, yung mga tissues natin, meron po tayong mga tissues that are very sensitive to decrease in nutrient and oxygen delivery. One common example po natin yan is yung nerves natin. Hindi po bias or no? Yes guys, yung nerves natin. Now, kapag nag-decrease po yung nutrient or oxygen delivery sa ating mga nerves, which is also a cell, a type of biologic entity, therefore need nila ng oxygen and nutrients, magkakaroon tayo ng manifestations ng tinatawag nating neuropathy. Ano ba yung manifestations ng neuropathy? Okay? This will manifest as tingling sensation or numbness in the hands. Again, tingling sensations or numbness or numbness in the hands. Okay, again, tingling sensations or numbness in the hands. Now, question guys, since lumalapot yung ating dugo kapag tumataas yung glucose levels natin, would that increase or decrease the risk of clots? Again, since lumalapot yung dugo sa ating mga pasyente na merong increased in glucose, would that increase or decrease the risk of clots? The correct answer is, it will increase the risk of clots. And therefore, predisposed po yung mga pasyente natin sa mga blood clots, hindi po ba? Stroke, sa heart attack, hindi po ba? Yes or no? Yes guys, dahil po sa pagkalagkit ng ating dugo, malaki po yung tsansa na bumara or magkaroon ng baradong ugat yung pasyente natin. And most commonly, nangyayari po ito sa mga areas where there is minute blood vessels. Okay, kapag sinasabi po nating minute blood vessels, ano pong ibig sabihin ng minute? Yung mga maliliit na blood vessels. So saan po, saan po yung mga common na mga areas sa ating katawan kung saan natin nakikita yung pinakamaliliit or pinaka-minute na blood vessels sa atin or sa katawan? Okay? Very good. Okay? Usually, nakikita po natin yan sa mata at saka sa kidneys. Okay? Again, sa mata at saka sa kidneys. Now, commonly, ang makikita po natin unang-una sa pasyente, apart from kidney manifestation, is what you call your sudden vision changes. Again, sudden vision changes. Now, ito pa guys. Okay? Last in our clinical manifestations of diabetes is the topic of wound healing. Now, since sinabi mo kanina na malagkit yung dugo mo at sinabi mo kanina na mahihirapan tayong mag-deliver ng oxygen at saka nutrients, sinabi mo kanina na malaki yung tsansa na magkaroon ng blood clot yung pasyente. Now, what if yung pasyente natin will have what you call a wound or injury somewhere around their body? What will that entail to the patient with regards to their wound healing? Kapag meron silang increase in viscosity, decrease in oxygen and nutrient delivery, what will that entail to their wound healing? Would that increase their wound healing ability or decrease their wound healing ability? Okay, very good. It would decrease their wound healing. Therefore, guys, their wounds are slow to heal. Okay? Slow to heal. And therefore, increase yung chances ng tinatawag nating infections. Nakuha? Very good. Now, merong mga questions sa mga estudyante ko with regards sa excessive urination daw. Okay, erase ko muna to ha. Okay, with regards sa excessive urination, kailan po natin masasabi, sir, na yung na-experience ng pasyente is already polyuria? Very good question because this is commonly not discussed in our review but I will describe it in this video. Okay? Kapag sinasabi po nating polyuria, marami po tayong mga metrics na ginagamit. Okay? Or mga palatandaan na ginagamit. Unang-una is the frequency. Kapag ang isang tao urinates more than 8 times in a 24-hour period, assuming guys, this is the most important part, assuming that they have normal fluid intake, that means that there might be a problem. Okay? This is kapag wala silang iniinom na substansa. Like for example, kapag wala silang iniinom na kape, wala silang iniinom na alcohol, wala silang iniinom na soft drinks because those are natural diuretics. Okay? Kapag wala silang iniinom na natural diuretics, pero yung urination rate nila is more than 8 times a day in a 24-hour period, then we can say that we might need to look into the presence, pero hindi siya definitive. Okay? Hindi siya definitive na diagnosis ng polyuria. But we might look into the presence of polyuria. Another thing which is more definitive is the presence of what you call your nocturia. Ano ba yung nocturia? Okay? Paano mo nasasabi na meron ka ng nocturia? Okay? Kapag napapadalas na yung paggising mo sa gabi more than twice per night. Okay? In order for you to urinate. That is considered nocturia, guys. Another thing is yung urgency natin. Okay? Ano yung ibig sabihin yan, sir? Kung hindi mo na nakukontrol or nahihirapan ka ng mag-control sa ihi mo, then that means that you might have what you call your polyuria. Okay? So those are just the metrics or those are just palatandaan na tinitingnan natin whether or not you might have polyuria. Okay? So those are the clinical manifestations of our diabetes mellitus. Okay? So I hope you learned something in this video. And if you did, please follow, like, subscribe to our channel in YouTube as well as in Facebook, and keep posted for future videos. Thank you.